All right, buddy.
Let's get into it. We got some.
Oh, I couldn't even crack my fucking neck for this. I was stressed out and uncomfortable. That movie made me.
Were you uncomfortable too?
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney's character make you uncomfortable? That is a 26-year-old woman they made act like a shy, fucking
15-year-old
submissive 15-year-old girl in a short skirt and high tights the whole movie. That's disgusting what they made her play. I felt genuinely uncomfortable the whole movie.
100%.
Like I'm fine admitting Sydney Sweeney's a great looking person, very attractive, gorgeous.
Not what this is about.
Not portraying a 15-year-old submissive, shy teenage girl. That's fucked up. Why are y'all doing that?
I didn't even watch Euphoria because I don't fucking believe in it. Because like I already I'm not trying to relapse on anything, but also like I'm also not trying to watch 25-year-olds aggressively fucking hot tubs and snort coke.
Yeah.
And I don't really give a shit that you're playing a 17-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, this is the number one show ever, dude. Did you see Sydney Sweeney's tits? She's a 17-year-old high schooler.
It's not cool.
It's not, yeah.
It was weird as it felt fetishy. It was weird as fuck to me.
Yeah. I
didn't like it.
It felt very Dan Schneider-y.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm fine saying that. Yeah. It felt like there was some weird shit going on behind the scenes. I don't know.
Okay.
That was a strange bit of the movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and get ready for the new Saturday morning cartoons because we are now sponsored by the Sonyverse because apparently nothing fucking matters because we don't have to have Spider-Man in it at all. Welcome to Saturday Morning Cartoons. I'm Dougie McDoubles, and next to me is the greatest co-host of all time. It is Ray McFlurry II. How are you doing, my friend?
Oh man, it's funny. That was a horrible movie. They kept doing at the baby shower. They kept trying to do the Invincible title drop on saying Peter's goddamn name. How stupid. What the fuck was that shit?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are Saturday Morning Cartoons, and we are fed up with the Sonyverse, and we are fed up with everything not Spider-Man. Where was Spider-Man? You don't get to be like, oh, well, no, he's just helping out May until Richard gets back. He just wants to be an uncle. He has no idea what he signed up for. Bitch, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? It's Morbin time.
Man.
6 times throughout that movie, I thought she was going to say, it's Madam Web time. You know, it's Web time, you know, and they call me Madam. You know, just like some weird, random, dumb shit like that.
Dog. The actor for Ezekiel Sims, genuinely some of the worst acting I've ever seen in my life. Like, I am so quick to not hate. I see the good in so many movies, so many shitty movies that we've watched over the past few years.
Facts.
So I don't like to hate. I don't enjoy it. But man, that guy was not a good actor, and he did not play the villain of that movie very good at all. Like, just having a good villain with a good menacing accent, like a good menacing accent, villain accent, or whatever, like that takes the movie up a notch. He really took away
all of it.
Like in the suit, he was pretty scary, pretty like badass. But anytime he had to monologue, or anytime he had to be like plotting,
but also, how the fuck do you get that suit?
That's true. I mean, like the coolest part of the whole movie was the people right at the beginning that you saw.
The spider people.
Yeah, the spider people save Dakota Johnson's mom. Like that was the coolest part of the whole movie in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Never see him again until right at the end, only in flashbacks to that scene. You know, you don't even see that guy in that suit later, like when he's explaining to her.
Yeah.
You know, when he foreshadowed, when she comes back, I'll explain it. He's wearing business attire. Like he just got out of
a retreat.
Yeah, he was like golfing or something. Like it was weird.
Why wasn't he?
It was weird.
Dressed up.
Also, Sydney Sweeney. I mean, God, bro. That was fucking weird.
I was really uncomfortable at her acting. Or just at... You remember Barbie, where she was like, I'm not pretty enough to be stereotypical Barbie, and the narrator was like, maybe not have Margot Robbie say this fucking line?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't put Sydney Sweeney as almost the third week, as almost the ugly friend. That's kind of how they shunned her.
They almost did, yeah. They gave her this shy personality.
Okay, let's be real. This is set in 2003, right? So we can still say shit like this. She was the fat girlfriend. How everyone just kind of like, girl, come on, come do this.
Right.
Yeah, no, that girl. You're about to tell me that that's who she was going to play. And they didn't even give her the last fucking name of Spider-Woman. Her name was
I don't even remember her name in the movie.
fucking Julia Cardboard or some shit like that. Her name is Julia Carpenter in the actual comics.
Oh no.
So you couldn't even like go on with that?
That's crazy. Dog, there was not like if you would have one part I really did like about it, like you made a pretty good 2003 period piece. You did.
Absolutely.
I thought it was, right at the beginning, we see the Pepsi sponsorship. Either Pepsi was giving y'all some money or you were really proud that you found like 5 2003 cans of Code Red. Or
right.
Whatever. Like they were really displaying them at the baby shower.
Yeah.
But, like I like the aspects of going back then. Like
yeah, they had Beyonce's album and shit like that.
Like referencing different shit. Like
even the Calvin Klein ad.
Right.
Was like from 2003.
Yeah, or like talked about Martha Stewart, made the Martha Stewart, like shit like that. I appreciated that. Their friend dynamic, the three of them, was very 2003. It felt so right. I don't know. It felt, if you would have stripped the Madam Web branding, taken the Spider-Man bullshit out of it, and just made the fantasy thriller kind of like, I know the future, but like what's happening? Yeah. Take all the Spider-Man aspect out of it. Like that's cool as fuck. You could even leave the spider stuff in it and just don't like say it's Spider-Man. Like it's a 4 out of 10 fantasy thriller if you take that shit out. But as it was, it's the worst comic book movie ever made.
You mean how they already did take Spider-Man out of it and they were just like, there, Spider.
Yeah.
He's a spider person.
If you're not beholden to have to like allude to it but not say it, that's like it's a middle of the road fantasy thriller that we won't think about.
Dakota Johnson saying they're spider, so they're like spider person.
That was disgusting.
That genuinely hurt my heart. What was the original cut like? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I just, it's bullshit and I hate it. I wanted to see who was going to be Aunt May.
Yeah,
I wanted to see who was going to be that smoke show. You know what I mean?
Dude, it was the best part of the movie, probably acting wise, was fucking Ben Wyatt.
Yeah,
I feel like he
did
a great job.
He did a really good job.
He did. That's what I'm saying. Like the paramedic part of it, and like how she dies, and then she's saving him, and then like the captain dies and shit. Like that's like a pretty good, cool concept for a fantasy sci-fi thriller type movie.
Thank you for reminding me, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not know, now you know. Mike Epps himself was in the Madam Web movie, and I want to give him props. Not everyone gets to be in superhero movies, whether what this movie is or not. He also played Leon in the Resident Evil movies. And he deserves his praise. Mike Epps is a fucking GOAT. Plain and simple. Shout out to you, my dog. Very sad he had to die, though. But very happy that he was in a serious role instead of just being just a huge comedian. Like how
I didn't even realize who it was.
The chief that died.
Yeah.
He's
interesting.
If he's in a movie, he's George Level. He's George Level. He's George Lopez level in Blue Beetle.
Oh,
the comedic,
right.
The comedic uncle that has the heart.
Cast.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Mike Epps has always been typecast as everything. He was wearing an alligator jacket with fedora and had 2 gold custom pistols in Resident Evil.
Okay.
Because they try to hand him a gun, he goes, "Motherfucker, my shit's custom." And he goes,
God damn.
Mike Epps is.
That's incredible.
He is Day From the Friday franchise. That's just his typecast in every fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't in this one. So happy.
That's good.
So fucking
good
happy.
for him.
Yeah.
Sucks it was this, but good for him.
Yes and no. You know what I mean? I'm sure that he tried for a long time to get on other projects, and they were just like, no. And he was like, why not? Why?
Yeah.
He would have. He could have been a really good Prowler, a live action Prowler. I would have been down for that.
Cool.
Or Michael J. White. Who is in Blood and Bone.
Oh, yeah.
And every, the black guy in every B movie that's an action movie, that's Michael J. White.
Okay, yeah.
Just a huge fucking badass. And just a bad motherfucker.
Okay.
Chuck Norris said, hey, that's a smooth motherfucker. You know what I mean? This movie, ladies and gentlemen, Madam Web, let's just rate, this is going to be the clip, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Doug from Saturday Morning Cartoons, and I want to save you your time, money, effort, and popcorn ability. Do not go see Madam Web. It is a gigantic clusterfuck of problems. The cutting in the editing room, the dialogue. There were certain scenes where the lips didn't even match up to what they were saying at one point. Shout out to Ezekiel Sims, shitty actor. This movie tries so hard to not let you know that this is a Spider-Man property, but also tries super hard to get you in the theaters because it is a Spider-Man property. Spider-Man's not in it, but this movie was barely better than Morbius. Enough said. Do not go see Madam Web.
Yeah.
We are Doug and Ray from Saturday Morning Cartoons. Yeah, I want that clip for sure. That clip has to be.
That'll be a good one.
Oh, dude. Fuck.
I had something I liked about it. What was it that I liked about it?
I
don't know. Back to talking about like how if they just don't try to keep alluding to Spider-Man the whole time, like it would have been a much better as a different type of movie. Like one of the things like they did interesting shit with the camera at the beginning. Like a lot of camera work, camera movement and pans and zooms and different cinematography shit. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like they did some pretty cool shit. Like the flashbacks and flash forwards and the time's not linear and the caught in a loop shit. Like that's pretty cool concept. And it was pretty well done.
Facts.
But then you're beholden to she's Cassie Webb and she has to be, like go through the whatever shitty ass story that you have to tell without really telling because it's pretty essential to mention Spider-Man at points like lore from the universe, but it's not in your universe because this movie is that, but it's not really that. It sucks. Like they made the worst comic book movie ever made.
Yeah.
Like they just did because there's nothing comic book. Like that was just not a comic book movie,
No.
And if they would have just done a little slight alter to it, like they could have made a pretty good concept for it.
You know what?
Like
You know what's comic accurate? The suits you saw for 5 minutes total. You know what was also comic accurate? When they're beating the shit out of Ezekiel Sims.
That's what it was.
When they're beating the shit out of him and he's gray-haired, suit, barefoot. He's actually older in the flash forwards, in the future when he dies. That's comic accurate.
Okay.
He looks exactly like that in the comics.
Okay.
And the girls' suits, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
The 3.5 minutes we got to see of this hour 54 movie.
Yeah, that sucked. I didn't enjoy that part. Here's what I did like.
To each their own, and you can eat my ass.
I love the brutality of it. Like anytime there was action, like he was getting hit with that fucking car. He was getting smoked with that fucking ambulance. She was getting smashed in the face with some rocks or something. Like it made me laugh every time somebody got punched or smacked or like. Oh man,
we're spoiling the whole movie because Marvel themselves put out the Fantastic Four casting on the day of the Madam Web premiere. But when at the very end of the movie, she goes blind. There's like fireballs flying around her in the water, right? And they're just flying all next to her, and her eyes are just open. And in every movie and stuff like that happens, and you're just like, damn, that's crazy. In my head, I was like, where's the fucking sign that was falling? Why did only she fall? Yeah, you know what I mean? None of it came down on her, and out of nowhere, like nowhere, just a fireball domes her in the face,
smoked her,
and that's
bro.
it. And it only hits about here. Like a pair of Viper goggles, dog.
Her up, bro.
I let out an audible chuckle, and so did Ray. We felt like little kids, like trying to hide it, like we were in trouble.
Oh man,
that's
a funny way to do it,
dude.
man.
It was great. That's how little they give a fuck. They're just like, don't. Yeah. Dog. Also, it's so sad that Dakota Johnson and all those sweet girls and really thought that they were gonna be MCU heroes.
That sucks.
That
sucks for them, man.
Truly breaks my heart.
Because
here's the thing, they all did great.
True, yeah.
They all did.
For what they were given.
Sydney Sweeney was very uncomfortable to watch because you're like almost 30,
yes.
if not 30, playing a 16-year-old and like...
She's 26. I had to Google it when we got out. I was like, is she a minor? And I just... She was just in a rom-com with fucking Glenn Powell, and she was naked. A minor. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw her naked on Twitter the other day. In a movie scene she did.
What the fuck?
And so I think I downloaded the wrong Madam Web movie.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Just like
it was
all
so
right.
uncomfortable.
Okay, perfect.
It was so uncomfortable, bro.
What school did she go to? Like what
I
uniform?
don't
There was no
know.
uniform.
Yeah. That was the weird shit. It wasn't
So
a school
you
uniform.
chose
It was, oh, dude, it was so gross to me. It was so gross. It was.
Was it the summer? Were they skipping school? Like it didn't make sense. The other team weren't dressed like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Dog.
were you trying to get attention from your dad because in the story, apparently her parents hate her. You know, or her dad and stepmom hate her.
Oh God, bro.
So it's just like,
oh, it was weird. Dakota Johnson's character at the end was really weird. Once she
became blind.
she was like the cool older sister for an hour and 53 minutes, and then at the end she turned into like old grandma that was happy her grandkids came to see her. She like it was so weird. Her line reads and her personality was so weird.
Yeah,
and the lamest part of the movie was like her big power scene at the end where she was like, I can be in 3 places at once.
And then
he punches the fuck out of her. Dude.
Her just standing still, just like, Mom, I threw up. You know, just like, and then just fucking.
He wound the fuck up,
he
bro.
He stood there and watched one go down, the third go down, the third one and go.
Oh my god!
And saw her just standing still with her eyes closed, and he went.
He punched the fuck out of her.
Dude, it was instant.
It was so funny.
It was just like taking a breath, man.
It was so goddamn funny.
He Ray Rice the fuck out of her, dude. Just put.
Bro, he gave her a good one.
He put her chest through her back, like her shoulders touched. That's a fucking. Her actual projections came back.
Oh god.
That's. 4 different versions of herself felt that. That's how hard that motherfucker hit her.
Bro.
He just said, Hadouken, fucking Falcon punch.
Oh my god.
This movie was a fucking joke. Let's just be honest.
I can see good in most movies, you know.
Yeah.
I was ready to go about 35 minutes in. Like genuinely we don't walk out of movies because we got to finish them because you know who are we to leave.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is not. It could have been a little bit better, but it was pretty destined to.
They cut out all the best shit. Like
Yeah.
It's a problem on society. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I fucking hate
it. It was strange.
It
was a movie. Okay, so like a period piece movies are interesting to me. I watched a movie recently called Green Book. Have you ever heard about it?
Yes.
Okay, so I watched it. It's a movie set in the 50s that feels like it was made in 2022.
Right.
We watched a movie today made in 2024 that felt like it was made in the time it was set. That movie felt like it was made in 2003. It was just not the best. It was just outdated as fuck.
Also, the very end where they showed like the comics, like the comic accurate suits finally and shit like that. And she like had the spider on her hand.
Oh yeah.
It's just like that'd have been great to see.
Yeah, we could have done some cool shit with that. Instead, we got 3 teenagers. You know,
that'd have been sick as fuck. But also, what there was a small glimpse when she was talking about their futures. One of them was fighting a goblin. Cool.
We'll never see that shit.
Yeah, real sick. Isn't Isabella Mercedes, going to the DC universe because she's the new hot girl?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so it's just
wow.
What? There went one.
Yeah.
Anya, what was her name? Cortison? Anya Cortison or something?
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
It's just like, gone. James Gunn snagged her because he was like, hang on. Do you want to actually be in costume? Yes, please. Okay.
Yeah.
Just come here.
Bro.
It's fine. I recognize your talent and I'll put you in a suit.
It was fucked. It was fucked. Yeah. Coolest part of the movie is in the first 3 minutes. you don't see him again. I think one thing that held it back too was the dialogue and the speech and the jokes. They were way too realistic to actual conversation. There was no movie script about the way they talk to each other. Like the way I keep calling him Ben Wyatt. Is his name Adam Scott?
It is Adam.
The way Adam Scott and Dakota Johnson's characters like busted balls with each other.
Yeah,
that was just like real friends would. But
my god.
Yeah, but it held it back a little bit because it was just not movieified or whatever.
The scene of them with the fortune cookies. And he was like, "Oh my god, their printer's broken. We can't eat here anymore." That's one
good.
of the best jokes in the fucking movie. You can do a lot of things, Okay? Sony can fuck up a lot of stuff. All right? From the symbiote, trademark Sony Pictures, to the mechanical rhino suit, to Topher Grace's Venom. But what you're not going to do is mess up one of the most iconic lines in superhero in cinema history. With great power comes great responsibility. And that fucking tool bag that expanded her powers,
Yeah.
that's where it comes from.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you a question because I saw some speculation months ago. Would you have rather Adam Scott read that off of
The
a fortune cookie? Would you rather have had that?
10,000%.
Really? You would have liked that?
You mean would
Off
I
of fortune cookie? That's the where the phrase comes from.
You mean would I have liked Uncle Ben Parker saying his iconic
Bro,
line?
off of fortune cookie? I'm fine with him coming up
Yes,
with it, but the fortune cookie would be nuts.
Canonically, he has nothing to do with it now. How does Peter
guess.
know? You know what I mean? He knows from
Yeah.
Uncle Ben and him telling him that as Uncle Ben dies. How does Uncle Ben know now?
Yeah. I don't know.
They cut that all out of the movie, probably. They probably added that in for a fucking reshoot.
Well, I don't know. He didn't even say the phrase. He said his version of the phrase, which
Yeah.
was weird, like backwards.
Yeah.
They just rearranged the words.
Because they couldn't fucking put it fully in.
Yeah, it's just probably trademark.
Because Uncle Ben says it. So they were like, we'll lead into this. No, you can't. Morbius.
Yeah. So what? She's got to put that on him. She's got to teach that to Ben, and then he's got to teach. I don't know. What a convoluted mess most of it was.
What an absolute
I wouldn't have liked
problem.
it off a fortune cookie though. I thought that'd have been cheap.
I think it could have been. That would have been better than what happened.
You think so?
It still would have been shit. But Uncle Ben actually saying that, or of him being
I
like,
see. I didn't think about it. From
what my father always said, really, or that would have been like,
Yeah.
It was a clusterfuck.
It was fucked.
Sony owes us money.
Yeah.
We'll accept payment in new tickets for Craven. Maybe. Actually, no. Yeah, send us fucking money back for these tickets, because you better pay us to go watch fucking Craven.
Yeah.
Damn it.
When we watched the Nicole Kidman ad, that's our national anthem. I was ready to run through a fucking wall for Nicole Kidman once
Facts.
that was done, and then took 30 minutes, and I was ready to walk out of my first movie.
Oh, Nicole
ever.
Kidman's not in this. Yeah. First
Man.
movie fully of the reboot.
Yeah.
That's the first movie of the reboot.
Yeah, it is.
Ray messaged me a week ago and said, "Man, I'm so excited for the worst movie on our slate for the year." And our slate this year is big. It's incredible. And if this is the shittiest movie,
There's no way anything can be worse than this.
no.
I don't see anything we go to watch worse than this movie this year.
I'm truly disappointed. Again, congratulations to everyone who made the movie. Yada yada yada. Why'd you put Sydney Sweeney in fucking knee-high socks? It made
Make
no
her dance
goddamn
on a table
Yeah.
and tie her shirt up. Like, just why you gotta be gross with it?
It's not Euphoria, dog.
Jesus.
Like, also, I don't even think you made it a PG-13 rating. I don't think. Well, no, they had a couple shits in there, and you're a bitch, and blah blah blah. So that probably, so, but like,
come on,
it's a problem.
Do better.
Exactly, do fucking better.
I think all of those girls deserve better than that shit show.
They are now in the category of Leslie Grace with Batgirl.
They're up there, man. Yep.
Except we didn't.
They're like
see
when
Batgirl.
we hate on Shazam or Shazam 2, it's like, man, that movie sucked. Javon Armand, no, that's the homie. Love him.
Javon Armand?
That's the way we're gonna talk about Madam Web forever. Because
Adam
why
Brody
would
killed it?
Yeah. That's the way Madam Web is. It's in that echelon for us now. They
movie.
got fucked. That
They
movie
got
sucked.
fucked over. Yeah,
That movie sucked.
absolutely. Fucking.
They thought they were joining the MCU, and that's what they were
Dude.
made to do.
Dude,
Oh,
like the Justice League. I feel so bad for the dude that played Cyborg.
yeah, Ray Fisher.
Yeah.
He got fucked.
He got fucked over, man.
Yeah, and they're right there now.
Yeah, they're all in that category. Like Ben Affleck's Batman. Yeah,
Yep.
we got a couple pieces, but like it wasn't a single fucking one of what he wanted to show.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a very defeated podcast for Saturday Morning Cartoons. But don't worry, because our episode probably has as much views as the fucking Madam Web opening night. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Dougie McDoubles, and beside me is the greatest podcast host of all time, Ray McDoubles, or Ray McFlurry II. Sorry, I'm all discombobulated. Well, I just a different multiverse, probably in Madam Web or some the future. Yeah. I'll take it back. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the greatest podcast of all time. I've been Dougie McDoubles, and beside me is the greatest co-host of all time, Ray McFlurry II. And let me tell you, this movie was a clusterfuck of disaster. Our hearts go out to all of the actresses tied to the film because it wasn't your fault. The actor Ezekiel Sims, it was partially your fault. Adam Scott, Emma Thompson. Oh, our hearts go out to you guys. Y'all, we're going to be great Parkers.
Yeah.
Great Parkers. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is Saturday Morning Cartoons. Please don't go see Madam Web in theaters. Wait for it to come out on Amazon realistically. If you can rent it for like $4.99, do that. Way easier. I'm Doug. He's Ray. Drink plenty of water. Be safe. Bye, guys.
Hey, what happened? Why are those squiggles on the screen?
Those are called end credits, Patrick.
End credits? But I don't want to